Telling you the weather's pretty bad out here in Iowa, and then all the real local folks say, yeah, just put on a sweater and go outside. We're going to be here through Monday night. Tuesday morning, all eyes go to New Hampshire as the Granite State becomes ground zero in the race for 2024. As we've been saying, Nikki Haley could pull off a surprise in Iowa. New Hampshire polling shows she's the strongest challenger to President Trump among her peers there. If she can do well on January 2023, we could be in for a much longer road than anyone would have predicted. With us now, Axios congressional reporter Sophia Cai out on the trail in Iowa. She's become an expert at driving in the snow now. Associate researcher, scholar, lecturer in politics at Princeton University, Lauren Wright. Ladies, nice to have both of you. Thank you. Lauren, start with you since you're back in the studio. Help us understand the path, and I know you may say there doesn't one exist, but the path for Nikki Haley out of New Hampshire that makes this competitive.
Unless things turn completely upside down in South Carolina, it's a very tough road for her. And in fact, if we think about years from now, it's even tougher than DeSantis because he'll go back to being governor of Florida. He's in there until January 2027. He can remind everyone that he's really good at this for a few years. For Nikki Haley, if she's not the nominee, she either needs to be in the Trump wing of the party in the administration or do something completely different. And so, yes, both these candidates have a tough road.
Sophia, you use the analogy of the snow globe, right? Which I think we've all felt like we were in over the past few days. But if the race is all of a sudden to get shaken up like a snow globe, what is going to have happen here on Monday that we're missing?
So Nikki Haley, just to do the flip side of the scenario that Lauren has just put out, Nikki Haley, if she's going to have any shot at all, she's going to have to come in second or a very, very close third. I mean, that also matters. And then she's going to have to go to New Hampshire, where she's been spending a lot of time. She spent New Year's Eve, New Year's Day there. She's been spending a lot of time in New Hampshire, being more strategic in the fewer locations she's been doing in Iowa, so that she has the best chance with the more moderate voters in New Hampshire. And then she's going to take that and kind of run with that, juice that for a couple weeks, if you will, that good showing New Hampshire into South Carolina, which is her home state, and that's where she wants to bring it home.
Look, the Haley campaign all of a sudden seems to have caught fire at exactly the right moment, right? DeSantis' moment was when he launched and has then underperformed since then. Haley seems to have timed this perfectly. What are they saying about how they pulled that off?
I think, look, they're saying that she's been very consistent with her messaging. She's had a good balance in saying Trump was the right president for the right time, but now we need someone different. You know, she's also saying that she comes prepared. She is has her she has you know, her positions on foreign policy, exactly. And then she's saying, look, we're going to have people in every single precinct where voters are going to show up in Iowa.
Lauren, Nikki Haley is perhaps like the central casting candidate for a Republican in terms of a general election candidate. The question is if she can figure out how to pull this off with primary voters, because they're different. Jonathan Martin pointed out very clearly the real divide in the Republican Party right now, and it was completely apparent in Iowa, is a class divide. The college-educated Republicans and working-class Republicans, they're different people. What is it about Republican primary voters that seem sort of, I don't want to say oblivious, but perhaps not caring about the electability issue?
Well, that would mean that voters would have to be completely strategic, and they might have to vote against the candidate that they really want. And they really want President Trump. They know President Trump. They like the record. They like the style. And so it's very difficult to get those people to navigate away from a sitting president and vote for someone who is in the administration who's frankly supporting a lot of the same policies. I also think about Nikki Haley. If she does very well in Iowa and especially in New Hampshire, as you were just talking about, Trump will turn up the heat completely on her. And that's very difficult because, you know, she didn't have a very impressive Civil War example, not mentioning slavery. And so in these few instances we've seen, it is possible for her to trip up. And we know Trump will have a laser focus on dismantling her. And I think that could get very ugly. And I don't think we've seen it yet, Leland.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.